was compelling to me, and something that came, and again, this is opinion. I didn't cover it because it's opinion, but a lot of people felt at Turning Point USA, and I mean a lot of people, as in the wonderful people that work for the organization that are not at the top, right? And they felt that Mikey McCoy was kind of being positioned to take over for Charlie Kirk. And I never again covered it because, feelings are not facts. But given the picture that we now have.
Wait, hold on. How did feelings not become facts? Man, that's all you share. Here, I'm going to go. I got to go with that. Did she say I'm asking questions? I feel like she did. Did she say I'm just asking questions? This woman is insane. This woman is a trip, y'all. And yes, I do have bingo multiple ways. And yes, I'm trying to get blackout. Feelings aren't fact. That's crazy work that she said that. She did say weird. Yeah, she said weird several times. Yeah, absolutely. This is insane, y'all. And the fact that she thinks she's cooking, her kids are gonna be malnourished. That's why she got to make her husband a sandwich, because she can't cook. She can't cook. Let's go.
Of his father and what his father is involved in, and the fact that Charlie was kind of veering from what I think was a predetermined course for Turning Point USA. I have a lot of questions. Also, another person who wrote us was telling me the story about Tyler Boyer's involvement in Maricopa County politics in general. What did he do before in Arizona? And yeah, it's just the kind of stories. Again, he said he approached him several times about embezzlement. Tyler was hooking up with young male interns, or young male workers, and he didn't even care. He's like, I would go on record because all of this happened, and I had the proof that all of this happened, and everybody knows about.
Wow, she just called that man out. Wow.
Turning Point USA. It's like an absurdity. But this is the person that is putting people into places of power at Turning Point USA. He's just involved. And something that was interesting is also how many Russian speakers there are. I was telling you, UVU, there's just a lot of Russians and people who study Soviet studies. Even the president of UVU majored in Soviet studies. Tyler Boyer majored in Soviet studies. He's a fluent Russian speaker. He spent years. And I'm going to assume when I say they speak Russian, that they're probably more tied to Ukraine, kind of coming full circle on that, because a lot of times people wrongly.
But you don't know that. You don't know that. Wow. She's just literally saying, I'm going to say this. Did she say feelings that don't supersede facts, or facts are greater? What did she just said? Yo, she just said, I'm just going to say this. Man. Wow.
People who speak Russian are Russian. And actually, Ukrainians, until they made a law, they had to stop speaking Russian quite recently, were Russian speakers, right? Because it's Russia and it's their home. So it's interesting to consider that there are a lot of, I think even Mikey McCoy's wife might be Ukrainian. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But that's something that I think is interesting as well, or could be interesting. It might not be interesting, but definitely on the Tyler Boyer front,
it's not interesting how many Catholics are in TPUSA. It's not interesting how much land and property the Catholic Church, quote unquote, owns. It's not interesting or strange how much money comes into the Catholic Church. Just all this other stuff that you want to throw out. Okay, got you. Okay, I understand completely. I understand.
Very interesting. He was involved with orphanages in the Ukraine, posted about helping Russian-speaking orphans or whatever it is years ago. I'm talking 10 years ago. I just don't like it. I don't like it. The vibes don't feel right. What was going on? Why was Turning Point, what was their campus doing? Why are people at Turning Point saying they don't know where the money's coming from? Why is no one seem to be grieving him in the right way? Why does it feel to me like a hostile takeover of a company? That's how I personally feel. Okay, that's how I feel. I feel this is a hostile takeover of a company. And I feel that the company became bigger than Charlie because Charlie was too ambitious, and Charlie trusted people, and he trusted that people were in it for the right reasons. And what I have learned in politics is people are hardly ever in it for the right reasons, truly. If you are getting into...
So, are you in it for the right reason, Candace? Hold on, I got it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give you leaks. If you need leaks, you can have it. All right, she's been talking about it for the longest. She's been saying it, dancing around it, gut. She's been using it, but she just didn't want to say it. So I'm going to go ahead and say it on her behalf. Okay. What is grieving the right way? I don't know. I have no idea. But since nobody's actually talking to Candace, I don't know if anybody's ever going to know what is the right way. Because remember, the right way is according to Candace. This is insane. Yo, this is embarrassing that this woman is up here on the Lord's internet talking this kind of craziness, y'all. Come on. What does CU say right here? He says she seems unsure and uneasy this episode. You too, you know what? CU, thank you so much for that $2 super. And I think because the way you said that, I do believe that you are calling out. I think what you're saying, but you're not saying it, but you really mean it. I think you're saying that she's betraying what we expect her to do. She's betraying us. See you? That's what I think. I think she's betraying us. Do you agree? Green hearts in the chat if you agree. She's betraying what we expect from her. It's like she doesn't even care about us. This is sad, man. This is sad.
Into politics, you think you're going to meet good people, you're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. In fact, if you have a lot of friends in politics, I probably already know that I can't trust you because I know what it takes to keep friends in politics. Friends of Charlie Kirk, look what they're doing. Cash Patel, Charlie had him on his show. Cash Patel should be the FBI director. He fought for that. Look how Cash Patel is acting, right? 33 hours, wink, wink, Freemasons, wink, wink, wink. Oh, Tyler Robinson's file adds up to 33. Oh, the Freemason Lodge in St. George or in Utah is number 33. It's like, we get it, okay? This is an assassination at a very high level, and they do communicate with numerology. And if this sounds above your head, it's probably because you're not in my book club. But it is...
She's talking about numerology. This is the woman that talks to dead people. Ma'am, have a seat. Have all the seats up here in front of the church, Candace. Like, are you for real? Yo, I got it. Hold on. I got to give, you know what, man? Come on, y'all. I got to. Candace, you know what, though? That's some Kanye West right there. If you need Kanye West, you can have Kanye West. Ma'am, that is some crazy work right there. I can't believe she's saying this stuff out of her own mouth. This is wild.
Just to me, the most sinister and sickening thing that these people can lay their heads on the pillow at night and they were just going to keep going. Okay. I feel a lot is adding up and that more people need to look into Turning Point Faith. They need to look into NAR. Again, I would follow Village Crazy Lady on X. She's fantastic at research, and she has been keeping them on their toes with research, and that is the area that she wants to go down. I can only chase so many rabbits, and I think what we have an understanding of is an apparatus that was about anything but faith, okay? I think actually, when I now look at the picture and I'm learning more about Rob McCoy and knowing that he was the co-chair in 2024 or maybe in 2023 of Turning Point USA, they believe, and this is why the Christian Zionism thing becomes so important, that they can hijack our emotions and tell us that it's our biblical duty to support the state of Israel, because I think the state of Israel is probably involved in what is happening at the border, in what is happening overseas. It is definitively involved in all these wars. I mean, everywhere you look, Israel pops up. It doesn't matter if you're talking about Congo. They'll be like, well, look at what the Christians being slaughtered in Congo. Oopsies, Dan Gertler. I mean, the diamond thing. How are they number one in the diamond trade? They don't live in a place with diamonds that grow. So, like, I mean, what are we even talking about? Like, what are we talking about
that is a great question.
This nation? What are we talking about?
What are you talking about? Y'all put, what are you talking about in the chat? What are you talking about, Candace? My gosh. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? She done made Israel is responsible for the border, y'all. She didn't put. Now, notice she talked about the Congo. She did not. She happened to dance around Nigeria. I thought that was interesting. I thought she was going to mention Nigeria. Y'all, this woman is she's undone. She's undone, man. We are watching a woman who is undone. She's undone.
Charlie was a Christian Zionist because he believed that was true. And I actually believe it is a perversion of scripture. And I am begging you all, those of you who go to these mega churches, those of you who are evangelical, who follow these evangelical influencers, you are probably noticing about now that they are mum on the topic of Charlie Kirk. They want to move on. They want to let it be known that it's just a trans shooter. Not one of them is standing up and going, no. I spiritually feel that something is wrong. We all.
But ma'am, that's your own opinion. She just said she believes it from scripture. I want her to explain to me from scripture her point. I would love for her to do that. Make your point from scripture. And help us see if you are so concerned that these pastors are not saying whatever you want them to say. How about you make your case from scripture, Candace? This woman is undone, y'all.
Feel that something is spiritually wrong, and yet these people are trying to tell you if there's nothing to see here. That needs to be your wake-up call. If there is going to be a turning point, it is not going to be the one that they expected. Okay, I sense that. There will be a turning point, but it is not going to be the one that they were banking on, where a bunch of Christians are sold slop and are told that it is.
Is it fair to say that was that a hunch? Was that a hunch, y'all? Can we agree that that was a hunch? Green hearts in the chat if you agree. That was a hunch. She was making a hunch. I think it's fair to say that. I think it was. When I say she, right? I want her to make her case from the scriptures. Convince me from scripture, and then I will join you. Convince me from scripture. Okay, there we go. Some green hearts in the chat. You agree? There's some people that agree this was a hunch. I think she's making a hunch, y'all. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like the amount of just patchwork cobbling together. I mean, there's whole quilting societies that do not put together this many random pieces. If you're a quilter and you get your little quilting club together, y'all don't put together as much craziness as what Candace just did. This is insane. Okay, Jason, let's finish up, man. Don't stop anymore, Jason. Bring it back in and just let it get done. Just go.
That it is their God duty to support the nation of Israel while looking away from the fact that they're acting real weird in the hours after Charlie's assassination.
So is the
doing
Catholic
way
Church.
Too much. Man is cartwheeling to tell you they had nothing to do with it.
So is the Catholic Church.
They are asking you to set aside your instinct, your gut instinct, your God instinct. You recognize something is wrong. That's why you're watching this show. You are recognizing that the people around Charlie are not acting in the way that they should be acting.
We're watching it out of pure, unadulterated comedy. We want to have six-pack abs this summer. So we're watching this to laugh at you, Candace. We don't take you seriously. I'm not holding my pastors accountable for any of the foolishness that you're talking about. I am here, Candace, for the grift. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you grift. Merry Christmas. This is a clip from an earlier live stream. I know you're going to like it. So the link to the full video is down below. Check it out. I'll see you over there.